in Buffalo Sunday. The Bills, 5.5-point favorites, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. Of course, a ton of unquantifiable emotion in this game, too. Shannon, who walks away with the victory?
Man, this is going to be a really good game. This might be the game of the weekend, although I think all the games will be really,
You know what? This is really good.
Yeah,
all of them are good to me. Go ahead.
Skip, I think the thing is this game has the potential to be probably the highest scoring of the two. I got Buffalo winning a game, even though Josh Allen scares me at times.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, Skip, he's got the bug where once he turns it over, he feels he got to turn it over a second and a third time just to make sure the first time was not an accident. And the one thing that you don't want to do against this Cincinnati Bengals team is turn it over because they normally do a pretty good job of cashing in your mistakes. Mm-hmm. We saw what they did against Tampa. Brady got careless with the football in the second half of the ball game, and a game that they were clearly in control of, it goes boom, 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 and the next thing you know, you're like, damn, what happened?
Yep.
Well, you turn it over, they make you play the ultimate price for those mistakes.
Yep.
I'm going to take the Bills in a close ball game. I would like it a lot better if Von Miller was in this game, especially with all the linemen that's out. They're going to have a guy, I think, that started only 2 games in the starting lineup. They lost Lyle Collins, so they're probably going to be potentially down 3 offensive line starters going up against Buffalo in that building. And it gets crazy loud in Buffalo. I think they play really well. Now, you got to get your hands full because that 3-headed monster outside with Chase, Higgins, and Boyd, although Boyd hadn't shown a whole lot lately, don't underestimate him because on third down, he can be big. But those 2 outside guys, Higgins and Chase has, 9 straight games of at least 7 receptions, the 5th longest streak since the merger.
Yep.
Diggs, it's just the firepower because they got great receivers on both sides. They got great quarterback play on both sides. The question is, what defense will make the one play that gives their team the extra possession and be the difference in the ball game? I say it's Buffalo. I say they win a very high-scoring game. I'm going 34-30.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Wow. I disagree with your conclusion and with your size of score.
Okay.
I'm going lower scoring. I'm going 23-20, but I'm going visiting team.
You don't think they ought to go get 20, those 2 offenses?
I just don't. I think it's going to be one of those cold, hard-fought, down-to-the-wire type games, and it's going to be lower scoring than you think. If Von Miller were healthy and wreaking havoc, I would have to go with the Bills. To your point, Joe Burrow has lost 1 offensive line starter each of the last 3 games. One. And all of a sudden, you're down to 2/5 of your starting offensive line that, as you recall, was completely rebuilt after last year when Joe Burrow was sacked by far the most in the regular season and by far the most in the postseason.
Yep.
Here we go again. But do they have other firepower enough to rise up the way Von did? Listen, Von Miller, I'll be the first to admit, I did not see him coming out of college because I watched him a lot at Texas A&M, and I never saw that.
Right.
And John Elway, to his credit, did see that.
Yes.
John couldn't pick quarterbacks, but he picked that guy, and that guy was something to behold.
Yes.
Because there are 2 things operating with Von Miller. Not only is he gifted with all the spins and all the moves, but the bigger the game, the bigger he plays.
Yes.
It's just wherever
he's a big game hunter.
Hey, he's just a big game hunter, and the bigger the better. All the way to the Super Bowl last year. I mean, he put them over the top.
Go back and look at the AFC Championship game against New England. Look at the NFC Championship game last against San Francisco. Look at the Super Bowl against the Carolina Panthers. Look at the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
That's what he does. In big games, he will show up.
Yeah. And when I watch him play, he plays small to me. He looks smaller, but I ran into him at the golf course. It's been a couple of months ago. He's a big man.
From waist down, he's got he got a trunk. And to Skip, the thing that makes him, I think why John fell in love with him, and I talked to John about this, he said he's the closest thing he'd ever seen to Derek Thomas. He could bend like Derek. Derek could be parallel to the line. He had those Gumby-like the flexibility.
This is Gumby. This is what it is.
And so that's what you got to be able to do. You got to be able to bend.
Okay. He's not there. God bless him.
Nope.
Joe Burrow is something to me. You think Mahomes is the best? I think he's the best. He's a magician to me. And weirdly enough, no matter how little protection he has, he still manages to pull it off. And I don't know how, because it's close to magical to me. It's miraculous, because I always say he's the closest thing of the young quarterbacks to Brady.
Right.
But he's the opposite of Brady because if you put Brady behind a bad offensive line, you see what happens.
Brady would have played like 3 games behind Cincinnati's offensive line.
And he just hangs in there and he takes his shots and he almost relishes the shots. It's like he's told that story. He saw Brady, this is a long time, when he was a kid. You know, he watched Brady get rocked and jump right back up. Because one thing, Brady, you have to jump up.
Yeah.
You have to show him, I'm bloody but unbowed, right? I'm ready to go again. Let's call another play. And that's what Joe Burrow does. And he's not afraid of the Bills at Buffalo. And I don't believe if it comes to this, he's not going to be afraid of Mahomes at Mahomes because he went there last year in the AFC Championship game and beat him.
Right.
And he's 3-0 against Mahomes. And I think he savors the opportunity to beat Josh Allen at his own game at his house. And then if it comes to it, Mahomes at his house. So to your point, he does have 3 weapons that are in concert. They're just when it's like putting fingers in the dam, you know, you think I plugged that one. Oh, wait, there's another. Oh, he found another one.
And Hayden Hurst is a solid tight end.
He's a solid tight end. And that little Trent, what's his name, from Stanford, he's not bad either. So the point is, they have weapons. They have a 3-headed monster at receiver, and they have a 2-headed monster at running back because both of them can crush you.
Yes.
They can pound and punish you. And I just like the mix of this, and I like Cincinnati's defense because it's opportunistic. You saw what happened.
Yeah.
Tyler Huntley tries to go up over the top, and all of a sudden Sam Hubbard has the football, and he's running the length of the field. So that's what they do. They make plays like that. And Josh Allen, to your point, against Miami, he made some sensational off-the-charts throws that nobody else can make this side of Patrick Mahomes.
He kept Miami in the game, but ultimately he ended up finding a way to win it.
He found a way to win it, but he threw 2 picks, and you're like, what?
And then he fumbled and gave a touchdown.
He fumbled 3 times, and one of them got returned for a touchdown. I'm pretty sure he's going to give the Bengals those sort of opportunities. Can they cash? Can they catch the ball when it's thrown to them? I believe they will. I believe they'll win the turnover battle. And I believe that Jamar Chase is a big game stud.
Yeah, he is.
And again, he's been saying all week, he says, look, I'm a humble guy, but if you ask me the question, I am the best. And it was a hell yeah, I'm the best.
Right.
Okay, you love Justin Jefferson. I don't know why. I love Justin Jefferson's ability, and when he gets going, he gets going. You want to talk, when he gets some momentum in a game, he becomes unstoppable. But there are so many games, I wrote down 3 from this year, where he just sort of disappears if he doesn't get an early catch.
Well, that's on the quarterback. If you notice one thing, Joe Burrow is going to get Jamar Chase the ball.
He just is.
Those top receivers, and Kirk Cousins, and Kurt had an unbelievable
You just call him Kurt because he is Kurt.
Yeah. He ain't 5 chains. He ain't First Cousins.
Thank you.
But it seems to me, Skip, like with other guys, they're like, oh, that's my guy. I'm going to get him the ball. I don't care if they got 2 guys on him. Cousins will look at like, oh, let me go to the check down. Like the last play of the game. On a 4th and 8, you check it down to a 3-yard route. The man told you to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson. And if Jefferson was triple covered, Osborne or somebody else or Thielen had to be single covered.
Okay.
But you take the check down.
So
like you in week 3.
That's the guy. That's 33rd Cousins. That's what he does. I got it. But there are many times when in doubt, he just threw it to 18 somewhere out there.
Well, he did in Buffalo.
I know. He just
Skip,
threw
remember that 4th down?
Okay. But then I look at these games. Remember, Dallas went up there and beat him 40-3. He got 5 targets and caught 3 balls for 33, and I couldn't remember one of them when the game was over. At Green Bay, when they got blown away, he had 5 targets and caught 1 for 15 yards. That was a big game for them, remember? A bigger game for Green Bay. But then against the Giants in the playoff game, he got 9 targets but caught 7 for 47, and it was a quiet 47 that didn't seem to have that much impact on the game. Jamar Chase has impact because Joe Burrow knows he's the man.
Yes.
The other 2 are really good, but the solar system in Cincinnati revolves around Jamar Chase because he is going to come up big. He's going to rise above people to make catches. I just like his intangibles as well as his tangibles.
Skip, let's not sell the Bills receiver.
No, I'm not.
With Diggs and Davis.
Hey, Stephon Diggs.
And
I just
that tight end, Dawson Knox.
Yeah, I know. I got it. I see it. I do think Cincinnati's running game
is a lot better.
It's a little. I was just going to say.
Well, the running game, the Buffalo's running game is Josh Allen.
Yeah,
that's their running game.
Yeah. Well, sometimes to a fault, but I hear what you're saying.